In this video, I'm going to talk about prokaryotic cells and do a quick diagram with some labels of the things that you'd find within your typical prokaryotic cell. Now, prokaryotic cells are much simpler than eukaryotic cells and much older, and they cover bacteria and blue-green algae and a few other kinds of organism, but they're all single-celled. It's very important to know that all prokaryotic cells make a single cell organism. Okay, and if you've seen the video on eukaryotic cells, you'll find this one much easier, okay, because there's far less stuff going on. So the first thing a prokaryotic cell has is its main body, okay, and this main body we'll call the cell wall. We'll do the cell wall first. Along with the cell wall, I'll just do it quickly like this. Okay, we have another layer next to the cell wall, which is the cell membrane. So this red line here is the cell membrane. Okay, this red line. Depending what kind of prokaryotic cell it is, there's more prokaryotic cells than there is eukaryotic cells by a long way. So I think when you talk about prokaryotic cells or you see videos, it doesn't do them justice how much life prokaryotic cells cover, much more than eukaryotic cells. And these compositions of cell membrane and cell wall can change a great deal. But like I said, this is an overview of prokaryotic cells at level 3. Okay, what else they have is they have a tail. Okay, but the tail's not called a tail, it's called the flagellum. Okay, and again, different kinds of prokaryotic cells have different kinds of flagellum, but basically this acts as a propeller, okay, which allows the prokaryotic cell to move within whichever medium it's in. So it'll help it swim in water, or if it's in the blood of a host or something like that. So you've got the flagellum. In eukaryotic cells, you have the genetic material inside a nucleus. But prokaryotic cells means pro, before the nut, so it doesn't have a nucleus before the nut. So the genetic information is actually in two places in a prokaryotic cell. You have one big mess of a chromosome. Okay, just join it back up. So here is your single chromosome. Your single chromosome that's not within a nucleus. Sometimes you'll see this written as loose DNA or single chromosome, and in some textbooks I've seen it as circular chromosome, which it isn't. Okay, so it's just one big single chromosome, which is just loose. Okay, the other place you have your DNA inside a prokaryotic cell is something that you don't come across in eukaryotic cells, and it's circular DNA, ring DNA, that's called plasmids. So this is a plasmid. Now plasmids have small amount of genes compared to the singular chromosome, but it's these little things that cause bacteria to evolve very, very quickly because they can be absorbed by other bacteria. So if this has got a gene on it that causes resistance to penicillin, other bacteria can take this off them. Okay, so this is where you kind of get your resistance genes and things like that in. And lastly, the thing that you need to talk about within prokaryotic cells at level 3 is we've got our genetic machinery, as in the codes are here and the code in here, but we've got nothing to make this code into a protein. So like in eukaryotic cells, you have dots around the cell, and these dots are the ribosomes. And the ribosomes are what read the genetic information and turn that into a protein. So they're like protein factories. So that's prokaryotic cells, much more simpler than eukaryotic cells, but as far as life goes in biology, there's more prokaryotic cells by a long, long way than there is eukaryotic cells. Hope that helps.